welcome back to the Under the Willow Tree podcast. Thank you for returning for this very late episode. This is going to be either the day after I'm recording this, the day after I usually upload pod, because I had just been procrastinating like a little fucking bitch. So I didn't record pod when I was supposed to, and today is my only day off, and it's a Monday, and I was supposed to upload today. So either this is coming out very late Monday, or it's at 5 on Tuesday. So yeah, I just wanted to preface that. I'm very sorry for that. The last pod really threw me off. It was just wasn't a very good pod. I wasn't enjoying it. I was not having fun recording that pod. But I think I do have a lot more topics this time to talk about, so I hopefully will have a lot more to say. I do have some major things I do want to talk about for here in a few weeks towards the end of the month. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. This past week wasn't very eventful. I've been working, and that's about it. I had pod on Thursday with Almighty S.I.G.H, which comes out this Friday. Like always, you know what the deal is. Every Monday and Friday, you'll get to see me and Si on pod. Every Monday, you get to see my pod. And then on Fridays, you get to see the MOSHCAST. And we just had an amazing, amazing guest with us this last Thursday. This episode comes out Friday. So y'all make sure to watch that episode because we had a lot of fun talking to our guest. I won't reveal who the guest is, but y'all will have to wait until Friday to know who that is. And this last Friday, me and Si uploaded my pod for Pride Month, and it is specifically for me. We get it. We don't really get too deep into my story, as I got really into that in my pod, but we definitely do touch on it. We get stupid. We legitimately start writing verses during the pod. It's insane. Go watch that. It came out last Friday. It's an amazing watch. I really fucking enjoyed that pod with Si. And this to say, I really do enjoy doing pods with Si. I mean, ever since Hereford Fest, I never really thought I would be sitting here doing my own pod. But I have Si to thank for that, because if it wasn't for him, having me so consistently on his pod, I don't think I would have wanted to start my own pod, because this isn't something I'm used to. I'm not used to sitting down in front of a camera and talking, which is why last episode was so rough, because I'm not used to sitting down and talking to a camera. And this is the third episode, I believe. I may be wrong. I believe this is the third episode. Third time's the charm. This one's going to be a good one. Hopefully. I do got quite a bit of topics to talk about. But before we get into it, I do want to announce something as we're here early into the pod. I got my album that I was supposed to release last month, and thanks to a certain guy, I want to name drop, but I'm going to be the bigger person and not. Thanks to him, it didn't drop last month. But it will be dropping this month, June 22nd. My Final Breath, Year 21 comes out, and I'm very excited. This album is definitely one of my best. I put a lot of my heart into this one. This one really... I get really personal in this one, a lot more personal than I usually get, and this album just goes over growing pains. The fear of growing up, the fear of losing loved ones before you go, and just heartbreak, shit like that. The classic sad person shit. You know what I mean? But I'm very excited to finally actually have this album out. I was supposed to have it out last month. Obviously didn't happen, but it is coming out this month, and I think it is kind of perfect it comes out this month for Pride Month, because that is one of the topics I do get into on the album is, struggling with my identity and stuff like that. So I think it is perfect that this album comes out this month. But yeah, that's it. Album comes out June 22nd. Stay tuned. I do have CDs planned. I do have other plans for this album. It's just a matter of getting it done, which has been pretty hard recently. I go to Colorado next month, so I can't go willy-nilly spending all my money, because I'm broke as it is. So I can't go willy-nilly spending all my money, which I still need to get a thing to burn CDs and cases and CDs. So I'm about to have to drop money on that if I want to get that done. But I do plan on doing something like a week before the album, maybe. Some people will get early access, and I'll go give out some CDs or something. I do have ideas for it. But yeah, June 22nd. Put it on your fucking calendars. It's going to be a great album. I'm really fucking excited. I got some great collabs. And unfortunately, when's it going to happen? Isn't going to be included. It will, however, be included on the CD release of the album, as well as an extra song. I just got a message. Okay, I'll respond to that in a minute. It is not important. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, the when's it gonna happen is gonna be on the CD release as well as an extra song exclusive to the CD, which I got an amazing feature, which is the same vibe of when it's gonna happen, just a little more Beastie Boys, I would say, to it. It has a little more of that fucking like punk vibe to it, but yeah, I'm really excited for this album. I'm going all out for this album because it is a great album. This is the start. I guess I can say this isn't really like I'm not like crazy about this, but like it is a start of a 3-part trilogy. I am starting the My Final Breath trilogy, as I'm calling it, and this album was originally gonna be a whole fucking 25 song album. I had this album ever since I started making music. I've had this album in the works, but I was thinking, I was doing some talking to some people, and I'm getting more messages. Oh, that one's okay. Okay. I need to stop getting distracted by messages on my phone and actually record. But I keep losing my train. This is why I need to stop getting distracted because I lose my train of thought. Oh yes, it is a part of a 3-part. This is the first album of a 3-part trilogy of albums that I'm releasing. The My Final Breath trilogy. It was originally going to be 25 songs. Like I said, started working on this whenever I first started making music, and it is just now starting to actually take form and become something. And like I said, I was talking to some people. I turned it down. That's why it sounded so odd. But I was talking to some people, and I was like thinking maybe I split the album up because 25 is a lot of music, and especially for one album, and especially for one person. I think the reason why this album has never dropped is because of the amount of songs. You know, for the past couple years, I've been saying, yeah, this album's gonna drop. This album's gonna drop. This album's gonna drop. This year it's gonna drop. For the past couple years, I've been saying that. But now that I'm actually starting to, like, I figured out I should just split it up because it's way too many songs. I'm sorry, I got lost there for a second. I split it up because 25 was just way too much for me. And that is another reason why it got delayed so much, because it was just taking so much. I was just like, damn, this is a lot of fucking music. I'm not going to be able to get this fucking done. And then it like kind of put me in a place where I was like, I just don't want to fucking work on this. It's so fucking much. So I talked to Sai. I think I talked to Sai. I'm sure I talked to Sai about this. But I decided, you know what? I'm just going to split the album up into 3 parts, since it is such a big album. But it also gives me the opportunity to introduce new songs that weren't originally going to be on the album, just so I can kind of mix in that newer sound, because I do have like that newer sound now, and I'm making new like music I never thought I'd be making, and like some more pop shit, you know what I mean? But I think that's how these albums are usually going to be. It's going to be a mix of some of my older stuff, you know, my older sound, and then a mix of some new sound that y'all probably have never heard me, like any, like a genre never heard from me. You know, I definitely do want to go into like a metal type fucking genre, or just something like that. You know, I really want to go into that Beastie Boys fucking punk shit. You know what I mean? Like, I even want to like take my shot at some like Midwest emo. I think I do pretty good at Midwest emo. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a great album. I love this album so much. I've been constantly listening to it on repeat just to make sure that it does sound good and I'm not just tripping and it's not just my ego speaking. But no, I do genuinely really love this album. I think it is the best I've ever put out. I do have I do plan on releasing one more album this year. I don't know if it's gonna be any more than that, but I do plan on doing more singles and a new. I'm not gonna say anything about this next album coming out because it is it is something like I've been planning for a little bit now. I got the idea a few months ago, and I was like, you know what? Yes, let me try to execute this. I have an idea for around the time I want to release it, and it's going to be around the Halloween time. So it's going to be coming around that time. And we may or may not be seeing the return of a certain character that I really do want to make more music for. the samurai. The samurai may be making a return. I don't know. We'll see. Around Halloween time, you'll fucking be seeing that. Who knows? Whenever I got more about this album, like more solidified, I will definitely bring back this topic for a later date. But that's in October. It's gonna be far from now. I gotta get this album fully released and the extra shit I'm gonna do with this album fully done, and then I don't have to. I do have to do work. I am. I can't say too much. I don't want to say too much about this album just because it is something I am trying to experiment with. And so, yeah, I won't say anything more about this album. Just know October, around that time, I am planning another album. So y'all will be getting 2 albums from me this year. You'll be getting this album this month, and then hopefully this album in October. And I hope to God I'm not just saying that, because God damn it, I say that so much. I'll say something and then it never happens. So I'm literally right here. This is me saying I am gonna drop another album around the Halloween time, around that time, around October. Around that time. And I do have some stuff around Christmas planned too. I don't want to just like be stuck in the sad girl shit. Sorry, I misgender myself a lot. Crazy. Anyway, I don't want to be stuck in one genre. And I also just want to like also have fun with my music. You know what I mean? I don't want to just be stuck in one genre and then also seen as this very serious sad person. Although the majority of my music is probably still going to be like, sad topics. I have some like Christmas singles that I plan on putting out, some like Christmas vibes to it, but more talking about like Christmas as an adult now, how Christmas feels to me now and compared to how it felt as a child. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I have a lot of ideas, and it's just about executing them and actually fucking doing them, because I'm terrible about that. So, but I think one huge thing for me, and I'm probably going to talk about Psy a lot on this pod, but literally I'm not even exaggerating. I owe everything to him, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be getting shows. I wouldn't be on his pod. I wouldn't be doing my pod. If I never went to Hereford Fest and I never met Psy, I literally would not be here where I was. I don't know if I'd be even having shows. I don't even know if I'd be doing music at this point, because even after all that, I still had thoughts of quitting music because I just wasn't sure if this was going to go anywhere. But this year, it kind of took a pickup, and it's kind of fucking going. We're kind of just on this steady pace of producing content, and now that I'm doing pod, it kind of gives me more motivation to actually fucking do shit and actually work on my music. And right now, I'm kind of not working on any music because the album's done. The album's been done. It's just a matter of working out some of the finer things that maybe things I didn't hear the first time, and now that I'm hearing now that I can fix, which is honestly, I'm kind of glad, because there was a little bit, I was just like so excited to release the album. I didn't really in depth listen to it, but I have been listening to it a lot more in depth recently, so I can make sure that it is good and it's perfect, and it can sound as good as it can, because I really want to do this album justice. I don't want it to be lackluster. I don't want to hype this album up. Sorry. I don't want to hype this album up and it not be what I think it could be or is. So, yeah, but I'll stop talking about the album. It comes out June 22nd. If you listen to it, thank you. If you were lucky enough, if you're seeing this in the future, if you were lucky enough to get a CD from me and got to listen to it early, thank you for that too. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on from this topic because I don't want to talk about the album. I don't know what much more I can say about the album. But let's go and talk about something that's been going on recently with me and Psy. It's not crazy. It's just a lot of people we are associated with are showing their true colors, and it is kind of convenient that a lot of them are doing it in Pride Month. We've had some issues with some artists. Recently, we had an issue with an artist that was going to be on a show with us. If you want to learn more about that, me and Sai were talking about it on our pod. And then I can't remember. We talk about it in a couple of pods, but so you don't have to go look. We had an artist say something about the drag show, hip hop show me and Sai is doing, and that I am a part of. He made a very stupid choice and used a term that is very discriminatory towards trans people and drag queens and kings. So we were just like, yeah, no, bro, we're gonna just go ahead and get you out of the show. But it's kind of convenient that now it's a lot more like in this day and age, in this environment of the world, that a lot more people are getting too comfortable with what they're saying online because of what the government and the atmosphere of the world is. They think that they can just say whatever they want because they know that they're gonna get people who are on their side because of the environment. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense at all. But we also had another incident, or an artist had posted something about how the world needed less pride and more faith, and or oh no, what it was it was like Satan's gift and it was the rainbow, and then it, or God's gift and it was the rainbow, and then it said Satan's lie and it was the pride flag, basically saying that, you know, pride is basically Satan's fucking, you know, something from Satan. And by the way, I saw a video, and Sai talked about this on his pod. It was a video on TikTok I saw, and he sent me and I saw, but it was basically saying that I don't sin because I don't believe in your Jesus. I don't sin because I don't believe in your religion. Does you get what I'm going for here? You get what she was going for here? Because, like, that kind of made me think about it differently. I'm like, I can't sin if I don't believe in your religion, so therefore I'm not sinner, and therefore I'm not going to hell or heaven, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm stupid. I'm probably stupid. I am definitely stupid. But no, it is kind of strange that this month alone, many artists are out here showing who they truly are and what they believe in, and I think it's kind of upsetting because one of the artists I've been around, and that kind of made me feel a certain way because I'm like, yo, well then if he feels this way, what did he feel about me whenever he saw me and whenever they were around me? You know what I mean? And it wasn't much. It's not like I was with like fucking interacting with him and chopping it up. It was just like I was around him. He was at a show I was at, and then this other artist too. He was gonna be at a show, but he had made that comment. So we were just like, yeah, no, we're done. We're not gonna pursue this. We're not gonna have you on the show and have something go wrong, because at the end of the day, especially nowadays, it is mainly about keeping everybody safe. The drag queens and kings, any of the LGBTQ community that is there attending the show and watching the show and drag queens go, it is more important that we keep them safe, because even it's just with those people, you never know what their true intentions are. Even if he didn't mean to say that, he knows what that is. He knows that that's not a good term to use for these people. So why say it? Why even, like, there's so many different terms. You could be like, hey, I don't know, because he was commenting about the drag show, right? He was asking if it was a drag show race, like a drag race, because we're going to be racing fucking cars down 6th Street, you fucking idiot. Or if it was I'm going to just say it. He asked if it was them he-she's, referring to the drag queens and kings. And we were just like, boop, boop, nope. Sai was like, yo, don't say that. And trying to educate them. And then when Sai sent me this, I was just like, yeah, fuck him. Get him the fuck out of here. Because even if he did not mean anything by it, he knows, he should be old enough to know that that term is a derogatory term and a harmful term for trans people and drag kings and queens. You are dumb, and you are like that. Literally, that's the type of shit. Here's the thing. He was speaking for someone else. He was trying to get someone else he knew on the show. So he ruined it for the other guy. Because if you speak like that, what does this other guy that you associate yourself think as well? You know what I mean? It was just like, it was a whole thing. We were just like, yeah, no, we're not going to do this. You're off the show. And I'm more, me and Sai are very different people. He's more on like, hey, I'm going to educate you about this because clearly you don't know a lot, but that's all right. But here's the deal. You don't say that shit. Me, I was like, yeah, fuck that. I choose fucking violence. Get him off the fucking thing. Let's fucking stone him in front of High Fidelity. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about that. It's just strange that now, like nowadays now, what the fuck is that? It's weird saying that, but it's now weird that this month that these artists are coming out, not coming out, but like are exposing themselves for just being terrible people and just not really supporting. And then they use the excuse like, oh no, I got a gay homie, so I got gay family, so there I can't be homophobic. Oh, I fucking hate that excuse. That is like the dumbest. And like I said, I think I said this in a previous pod. It is the same as saying you saying I have a gay friend so I can't be homophobic, or I have a black friend so I can't be racist, or I have whatever, is the same as a pedophile saying I have a child therefore I cannot rape another child. That is the same concept. Okay, think about that one for a fucking second. All right. That is the same fucking concept. Anyway. Okay, my bad. I accidentally stopped it, but I'm not. The thing I was checking for is not there. So, oh, let's talk about this. I recently went to go see a movie, and it was really fucking good, guys. So, if you don't want to hear any spoilers, move the fuck on. I will be talking about the Backrooms movie, okay? So if you don't want any spoilers to the fucking Backrooms, I guess to skip freaking head. I don't know when I will stop talking about this. I'll timestamp, I guess, maybe right there. Maybe, who knows? Maybe there's a timestamp there where you can skip to where I stop talking about the Backrooms movie, because I am going to talk about the Backrooms movie and I will be spoiling it. So yeah, I went to go see the Backrooms movie, and it was actually really fucking good. It wasn't what I was expecting, honestly. I don't know the lore behind the Backrooms. I've never watched any of King Pixels' short films on YouTube, which I will probably now, because after seeing the movie, I'm really interested in it. It is a very good movie, even if you don't know what the fuck is going on. If you don't know anything about the Backrooms, it is a great fucking movie. I went into it knowing very little about the Backrooms. I've seen like the photos and like the iconic like areas from the Backrooms, and some of those were featured in the movie, which was really cool. Like the red Christmas tree, that one was fucking Barbara, right? Was that his wife's name? I can't remember Clark's wife's name, but when she was in the fucking, like, her still life was in the Christmas tree room, fucking like running towards him, and he's just sitting there recording, and he's like, get away. I was stressing the fuck out because, bro, turn the fuck around and run. I would have been out of there before she even got like 10 feet away from me. I would have been out of there so fucking fast. Anyway, but no, it was a very great movie. I do see a lot of the hate about this movie just because they expected it to be fucking Roblox Backrooms getting chased by Kanye West PNG number 3, and it's insane that people really thought that this movie was gonna be anything other than what it was. Like, literally, what the movie was canon to exactly what Kane wanted. And people were upset because there wasn't levels, there wasn't PNGs chasing around Clark, there wasn't the fucking typical brain rot Backrooms bullshit. This was the bare bones Backrooms experience how Kane Pixels wanted it to be. And it's such a great movie. I really love all the character development, and I will agree, it does feel like it at some points it's moving a little fast, but it also does make sense in the movie. He was in the Backrooms for a long time, so he has all that exposure to the Backrooms. And when first watching the movie, I never really put two and two together that he was in there for that long, because at the end, when Mary enters the back room, you see all that furniture that was initially there when he entered it is all gone. So what I learned is that he had moved it to block paths so that eventually when Mary did go find him, she would have no other choice but to find his mural of Captain Clark, and then also have him come up and strangle her and tie her up. I think it is so, like, the little intricate details you don't notice until after. And I do need to get a rewatch once it comes back to fucking streaming. I'm gonna fucking rewatch it so I can try to catch everything And I think another really cool thing I liked about the movie is how Mary discovered the Backrooms, but also that wasn't even on purpose. There was a fly on set that kept flying around, and it happened, I guess, to fly through where they had like the wall going into the Backrooms, and like it kind of made Mary figure out that was there. It was, I think that was a cool little detail. I don't know. From what I heard, that wasn't even on purpose. That was literally just a fly on set that like was just not going away. So I think that was really cool. I really do enjoy all the memes people are making of it, of Clark going, I am a fucking architect, and it's just like some ridiculous ass like fucking Minecraft build or something. I really do like love that people are memeing the fuck out of this. And as much as I hate, I don't even know if it is AI. I'm sure it is, but the fucking meme of Captain Clark still alive, fucking dancing, it kills me every single fucking time. You're just like, oh, you know what I mean? It's just so stupid, but like I can't help but laugh at the stupidity of it. But I just love that this movie is getting so many memes, and one of my favorite ones is the spoilers, big spoilers. This one. If you really don't want spoilers now, definitely don't go past this part. But when it's the scene with Clark and fucking Mary sitting down, she's tied up, and he's doing the fucking role play, and he's like, stay in fucking character, and it's just such a well written fucking scene. This entire movie was so fucking well written. The acting was phenomenal. Fucking applaud to everybody in this fucking movie. They did such a great job. Kane did such a fucking great job producing this fucking movie. He brought his thing that he created on a computer in Blender, and he brought that to fucking life and made it so much bigger than what it is. And it is such a fucking amazing. The final product is such an amazing fucking thing. And I think it's great whenever something like this exists, like the Backrooms, like some kind of concept, and someone can take it and make it bigger than what it is. You know what I mean? Like the Backrooms is such an amazing thing. I hope that this just elevates the amount of movies we get that are like kind of similar. Like more creepypasta movies would be great. If we can get an actually good creepypasta movie, I would be so fucking hyped. If we could get an actually good creepypasta movie, if we could get a really good Slender Man movie, or hear me out, an SCP movie. An SCP movie would go so fucking hard. They have so much content to work with. It couldn't, hear me out. What if there was an SCP, like, what is it called? Whenever it's like every episode's different. An anthology. What if every single episode of this SCP series was an anthology going through different SCPs, but then like the last episode of the season could be like Containment Breach, where like all these SCPs fucking break containment and some shit. Like we go through every episode learning about these different SCPs and how they captured them and all this other fucking shit, and then like the series finale or some shit, or they release a movie connected to the TV show, and it's like about a containment. Hey, copyright, don't fucking take that. I'm doing that already. Copyright that fucking bullshit right fucking now. I keep turning the mic, and if it's turned like this, y'all won't be able to fucking hear me. So, but yeah, that would be amazing. I hope that this is the start of great, like not video game movies, but like creator-made movies like Kane and Markiplier and Jack fucking making a Bloodborne animated movie. Gonna be fucking great. I think we are in a great era for movies. I need to go see Obsession. That one is apparently crazy, and that one is also by fucking YouTubers. I think this is the era for creators to come up and show who they truly are and what they can fucking do. Because Iron Lung was great. Obsession is doing great. I haven't watched it, but I've heard it's doing fucking amazing. And Backrooms was amazing. I think this is a great time for creator-made movies and for creators to show what the fuck they can do. But yeah. Yeah, that's I mean, I don't want to say too much more about the Backrooms movie. Go see it yourself. I didn't even mention the spoiler I was gonna say during that one scene. I won't even mention it, just so you can watch it yourself, and you can. I don't know if I got too heavy into spoilers. I don't think I got too heavy there, but If you do want to go see it yourself, I do highly recommend it. It is an amazing movie. Okay, guys. As much as I do want to continue, I think I got into a lot of what I wanted to get into. I did get into the album release. This is going to be a shorter episode. I do have to go, actually. I'm very sorry. But yeah, no, if you did, I think this episode went very well. It's a very short episode. It's probably about 30 minutes long. Yeah, it's about a 30-minute episode. So I'm okay with that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, I really highly appreciate it if you subscribed. Go check out my music. I'll have all my information at the end of the video and down in the description. I'm trying to rush this outro. I'm so sorry. But before we go, I will take a celebratory blinker for everybody. But yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, please do subscribe. Please leave a like. Please comment your favorite part. And yeah, I did have a lot more things I want to talk about, but I got to get this episode out and I got to go. So thank you for watching. Thank you, all you lovely fucking beautiful people, for watching. And I love y'all. Have an amazing fucking day. Let's take this fucking hit.